Feels like it's awfully low down. Woohoo, I'm here to catch the star of the tree. Becky, how are you doing? Atomic Widget coming in. How are you doing today? Happy Wednesday. I gotta tell you, I'm kind of curious what the hype is about these tacos, so I hope they're tasty. I hope they're tasty. I've never made these before. I have never made homemade corn tortillas, so we're gonna be making some fresh. Mary Banks, how are you doing? We're gonna have some homemade fresh corn tortillas, and if they don't come out the way I hope they do, I did buy a pack just in case. But if we don't need them, I'll use those and I'll make a casserole. So it's a win-win. It's a win-win. Miss Duna Betty, how are you doing? How are you doing? That's good, Mary. That keeps the brain active. When you're drawing, writing, reading, anything creative, keeps the brain housing group going. So Betty, did you get your week's menu all planned out for the coming week? I hope so. I hope so. All righty. So yeah, I'm a little confused by the recipe for birria tacos. Birria tacos is based on birria stew, which is on Jalisco, Mexico, I guess is where it oriented from. And families do their own spin on a lot of different, recipes. You could take an American stew or an American chicken soup, and you're going to have my recipe versus somebody's recipe, in Texas versus somebody's recipe in New York and whatnot. So it's always going to change out and move around over there. DJ Skids is in the house. Hello, DJ. I took some days off from college since the last exams have passed. That is exciting news. That is exciting news. I hope you got good grades on your exams, or if you haven't gotten them yet, the results, I hope you got good grades on your exam. I'm doing okay. I've got some things I have to take care of hopefully this week and get some good news. So everybody think good mojo for good news. Alfie, hello, happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. You guys are fantastic. Fantastic. So in this birria taco recipe, and I don't know if it's Gus, guys. It's Gus. Right here. Hi. Oh my goodness. I have no experience with birria tacos. I have never eaten them. I've never smelled them. I've never watched them be prepared. I've seen a couple of streamers do them, but as we watch streams, stuff like that, and if I have to walk away or something like that, you miss spreading the good mojo indeed. Thank you for that. I will take all that good mojo. So we're going to kind of hope. Hey, Marstar, how are you doing today? I've never had them. I have never had birria tacos, and my glasses are an absolute hot mess today already. I wash my glasses every day in soap and water, and I get on stream and I somehow get them completely filthy before stream starts. It's just horrible. Drink more arsenic. How are you doing? I am doing great. I hope these are yum. Everybody rants and raves about them. So I was like, you know what? I want to know what the hype is. So we're going to do it today. But the ingredient that stumps me, I have looked up probably 15 to 20 different recipes. And they all kind of follow the same format. Since we're going to be cooking our meat in the Instant Pot, I don't need to marinate my meat for a couple of hours. So that's a good thing. Your username gets me every time. Drink more arsenic. I know. Absolutely. Oh, Gus, it went really well. I was really surprised. There's a picture in the Discord under the food pics. I should add a separate section for stream pictures so that they don't get lost, because everybody else has posted a lot of amazing food pictures in the food thing. I'm going to blame you all for getting fat. So maybe I should move that out there. I was really surprised at the flavors, Gus, because we made a sauce with the yogurt, some sauteed leeks, and the garlic. We just seared the bananas and kind of caramelized them on one side and then kind of flipped them over. So it kind of softened them a little bit. We just left those as they were. But I will tell you, it was a darn good dish. I was very pleasantly surprised. It's not fat, it's love. It's all about the love. Red Glow, hi, welcome on in. Thank you, Gus, for putting in the Discord. Oh, super glad you're making these. I'd like to think, yes, because I'm sitting there going, So here's my question. For those of you who have had birria tacos, maybe you've eaten them at a restaurant. Maybe you've had them homemade. Maybe your grandmother makes them. I'd like to talk with your grandmother. But in looking at the recipe, they all have the dried chilies. They all have, the Mexican oregano, the paprika, the cumin, the cinnamon, the bay leaves, all this wonderful stock. But where it becomes 50-50, literally 50-50 on the recipe, is some add a quarter of a cup of apple cider vinegar and others do not. So I don't know. Ari, follow me, smiles. Thank you very much. That's a long username. Can I just call you Ari? Cloves, yes. This one calls for 6 whole cloves. I have another recipe that I had over here. Now this recipe here that I printed out was by Aaron Sanchez, who I do love his cooking when he stays true to his heritage. When he gets on things like the TV show, stuff like that, sometimes he goes off script. You can call me anything. Just don't call you late for dinner, right? That joke never gets old. So he calls for 6 cloves of garlic, thyme. He does not call for 3 ingredients on his, which I found interesting. Does not call for the vinegar, does not call for the cinnamon stick, and does not call for cloves. So my question is, are they talking? No, because up here on the main mix it says 5 cloves of garlic, and then 6 whole cloves. Posted a picture in the other pictures room. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I will check that after stream. Chili peppers, so I have to watch and live vicariously through others. Yeah, how did you discover I wonder if it's the, you don't use the vinegar and cinnamon red glow. Okay. So like this recipe here, which had 5 stars from 1,000 ratings. It was incredible. So that's why I kind of pulled this one up here. It calls for 2 bay leaves, 1 cinnamon stick, and 6 whole cloves. And I'm thinking, that's a lot of cloves. Cloves can be so pungent. And they can really overpower a dish. I mean, really, really quickly. The vinegar, the reason why I'm pondering the vinegar is because I don't know how this dipping sauce is supposed to taste. I'm not doing the consommé version. There's so many different variances of this recipe. I think it's literally like one of those things that once you do it, you just start free-forming it and doing it to how you like it and how you enjoy it. We love our garlic. I used to love garlic a lot. Now we don't like it near as much. When it's cooked, it's not bad because it kind of sweetens and caramelizes. So I found out when I thought I had food poisoning for the 3rd time eating a food containing chili peppers. I called the doctor regarding my symptoms. There's a test they can do, though, for that to ensure that that's what you're actually allergic to. Because if you're getting, have you been tested to see if you have an ulcer? Because the chili peppers can aggravate an ulcer. They don't cause, eating hot food, by the way, guys, does not cause you to form an ulcer in your stomach. Your stomach acids are pretty powerful. But if you have an ulcer, eating chili peppers can really aggravate them. Really, really aggravate. Larry, hello, how are you doing? Nice to see you today. Glad you're here. Okay, so I'm gonna make up the tortilla mix because we're gonna do homemade corn tortillas. No idea how to do this. But this is how we learn. We're gonna grow together or we're gonna fail together. I was told that too, but had other symptoms. Okay. Yes, I don't have and happy hump day, Dust Pirate. Greetings to you, happy hump day. Hump day. Mike. You know what day it is? So my theory on the vinegar inside the sauce, one of 2 things. So either A, if you're using, no, that's not going to work for it either because we're not using a heavily boned meat. I'm using some top sirloin and an oxtail that I have, which is really a cow's tail. They don't really do oxtails. But that's a very fatty That's a very fatty meat on the oxtail. So my theory is adding the vinegar, as we've talked about, adding acid to foods or having an acid type food, lifts that fat up off your palate so it doesn't taste quite as fatty and quite as thick. So I'm kind of curious with that. You aren't going to be sad with any decision you make here. Thank you, Cooking. Thank you so much for that. Gosh, Marstar, that's interesting. I'm going to research that. I'm not researching it to try to figure out a cure, but I'm kind of curious because some allergies are actually not an allergy to the food itself. Sometimes you have an allergic reaction to something else, and there's a chemical condition of this food that can sometimes mirror this food, and your body reacts to it. For example, pork and cats. If you have a severe allergy to cats, chances are you don't like to eat pork. You don't want a pork chop or something like that because it upsets your stomach because your body is reacting to the pork, the albumin in the pork, like it's reacting to the cat saliva, which is what gives us our allergies. So I'm just really kind of curious now. I love having stuff to research. I go down that internet rabbit hole real fast. Oh, an update on my scuba class. Oh, that's right. Was rough. I seriously considered quitting. I'm glad you didn't quit. But I had class yesterday, it went much better. So that is fantastic. So what was rough about the class? Let's talk about that, Gus. What's rough about the class? In the meantime, we're gonna make some tortillas. So this is Bob's Red Mill masa harina, and this is a golden corn flour. This is what we're gonna be making our corn tortillas out of. You can buy white corn flour. I prefer the yellow one. I like the appearance of the yellow corn flour. And I store them in mason jars. And this is, by the way, save your peanut butter lids. They fit on mason jars amazingly, and you don't have to buy those expensive white ones that fit on the mason jars. These fit on like the regular mouth mason jars, not the wide mouth. So it's really good for that. But I store them inside here. I just tape the label on so I know what's inside of it. And then I just cut the little instructions off the back so I know how to make my tortillas. I was having a lot of trouble equalizing at just 12 feet, and then I was having problems clearing the mask. I spent all class over and over, and I couldn't clear it. Practicing is the best thing. And it also depends on how your mask fits, the shape of your mask. There's sometimes different ways. I found that I had, the rectangle mask, the separate nose, because you got to be able to pinch your nose to be able to, equalize as you're going down and equalize your pressure, is when you clear the mask, I don't just hold the mask and tip like this. I actually put my fingers here on the silicone seal, put my fingers here, and lift the mask with my thumbs, just enough to be able to put some serious air inside there. They did say with spicy foods, the chili contains capsaicin. Yes. Yeah, and that's what causes that heat explosion inside there. I wonder if, don't experiment with this unless you talk with an allergist. That's who you want to talk with. You want to talk with an allergist. But I wonder if oils would affect you the same way. Okay, so we need a half a teaspoon of sea salt. I guess I should get out my salt and pepper. Oh, the other thing I found interesting. So on the meat for the tacos, they're not having us sear the meat first and brown the meat first. Has that been everybody's experience with this? Oh, okay. All right, so we need, how much do we need? We need 2 cups of this. Wow, that's almost the whole bag. That's okay. Can always buy more. 1.5 to 2 cups of water. I'm assuming they're going to vary the amount based on how much hydration it needs. Wants it to form a dough. All right, there's some salt. I guess I can put these over here. You guys don't need to stare at those. And then 2.5 cups. Oh wait, 1.5 to 2. Oh, is it hot water though? Or is it? I didn't read that. What's it say here? Hot water. Let's fill up my thing here because my water is not hot anymore, coming from the sink. My gosh, we had such a windstorm the other night. It was absolutely mind-blowing. We were getting 17-mile-an-hour gusts. Oh, righties. Absolutely crazy. That girl, how you doing, Andrea? Oh my gosh, it's good to see you here. How are you doing? Andrea, I was laughing. So last night, I got onto Destiny 2 just to do a couple of dailies. I just wanted to top off. I was almost done with season 165 or something like, I don't know what it was. And I looked at the roster, and there was just 2 of us on. No, 3 of us on. And I know that every single one of them is off playing Forza right now. If you, you can if you want, but there's so much flavor in here you won't. Okay. Is it seared because they're basically throwing long? Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Cooking with squirrel. Thank you. Thank you for that info. That saves me a whole step that I don't have to worry about today. I did try jalapenos and cutting out the center and taking out the seeds. That didn't end well. You still got the capsicum inside the. What about wasabi? Interesting. Oh yeah, I played Destiny 2, 7 Days to Die. I have 7 Days to Die on the Xbox and on PC. I haven't figured out the controls on PC yet, but somebody says I can hook my controller up to it, so I might try that. All the boys, yes, they are all playing Forza. I was like, really? Really? But they're having fun. All right, I don't want this to be boiling water. I just want this to be hot water. All right, that's hot enough. Sorry, I know that's loud. I'm just going to measure out 2 cups, and we'll just use as we need. Violent little electric kettle there. Am I supposed to just stir it, or what am I supposed to do? I guess I should have read this. I didn't try wasabi yet. Well, and horseradish isn't a pepper; it's a root. It's a root stock. So you're not going to have probably the same effect to that. Okay. Just slowly pour the water into the dough to get a good consistency. It's not dough until you stir it or mix it. And okay, well, we're just gonna wing it. Gonna wing it. Let's see what happens here. Horseradish and mustard, I think. It's funny, when I make my homemade mustards, when you make them right from scratch, you soak the seeds for about 24, 48 hours, and then the mustard has to cure with all your other seasonings, your vinegar, your salt, if you're doing herbs and whatnot, has to cure for about 3 months. So I always have people taste it right the day one, just take a little tiny bit of it and taste it. And everybody goes, how much horseradish did you put in here? There's no horseradish in mustard, but it's got that bite to it. Mustard is a very spicy herb. And after 3 or 4 months or 6 months, then they taste it like, oh snap, that's good stuff. I don't know what that is. Tell me, Red Glow. Explain that one too. I know I can have mustard. So let's put a full cup in here. Let's start with that. Oh, beef. That's okay. It's going to be beef. I'm using oxtail and some top sirloin. Okay, we are going to need a little bit more liquid. Put a little bit on my spoon there. Oh, it smells good. Oh, I like this. Vantage, hello. How are you doing, my dear? Lovely to see you. Lovely to see you. I can't get goat here. I probably could if I found somebody who had their own goats and butchered their own goats. I probably could. But just finding goat meat in my grocery store, not going to happen. And yet I can get alligator at $18.99 a pound. Okay, do I have to knead this? I need it. All right. This is why you don't put directions away until you are done with the final step. So dough should be firm and springy when touched? Well, it doesn't spring, it's wet dough. Not dry or sticky. Oh, it's not sticky. Okay, what I'm going to do, let's see. I don't think you have to need, yeah, that's what I was sitting there thinking, is that I think the only reason why they want it to set is that it fully hydrates. I'm doing it right, less tired, had 2 cups of coffee. Shouldn't you be making soup right about now? Just saying, young man, you said you were making chicken soup, so hello. Okay. So does this, I mean, it's not sticky. Feels pretty good. I'm going to level this out. We're going to cover this up, and I'm going to let this set for, apparently this makes about 12 tortillas. And there we go. There's our dough. I have it cooking. All right, just checking. Don't forget to post a picture in the food pictures. Okay. So there we have that. You know what? You can just sit over here and be happy. Come on, let's all get happy. Homemade tortillas are coming our way. Oh my gosh. Who wants proof? What do we want proof? I don't think you have to need. Oh yeah, I want proof. I want proof of the soup. I want proof of the soup. Don't sit there and taunt me with fresh soup and then not follow through. All right. So while this has to set, I'm going to keep that there. I have a feeling I'm going to need that again. Oh, the other thing. Okay, the other thing. 50% divided on the vinegar. I'm still divided on the vinegar myself, but having no experience with it, I'm going to go with no. And the other thing that's divided on is adding diced tomatoes to when the meat cooks. And we're doing it in the Instant Pot, so I don't have to cook it for 2 hours. We're going to cook it for 45 minutes on the stove. We'll work on tortillas, getting our zucchini and stuff ready during that time. So I don't know if I should add the tomatoes. Thoughts? So the stuff it wants, I did hydrate my peppers already. So these are already hydrated because they took a little bit. Let's pull these out of here. These are, okay, this particular recipe called for 1 can of chipotle peppers in adobo sauce. I instantly said, nope, not gonna happen. And here's why I'm gonna tell you why. I did a chili recipe years ago that called for 1 chipotle pepper and I think it was a teaspoon of the sauce in the can, right? I read the recipe wrong because I was in a hurry and I dumped the whole can into my pot of chili of all the peppers. I diced them up, threw them in there, and scraped all the sauce out. That chili was so hot we couldn't eat it. So I was like, ugh. Oh, yes, we can allow that. There we go. There we go. And I want savory, but I don't want, you know. I don't want that going on. For taco tomatoes are more toppings, if you ask me. No on the tomatoes. Okay, no on the tomatoes. Because I had my can ready. I was ready to put these tomatoes in there. I was ready for it. This is why I believe all of you. Oh, hang on, my nose is running again. I have an issue with my nose, and I'm... okay. So we don't have to worry about doing those. So these are our peppers. Okay, the peppers that I use, I have 4 ancho chilies. These are my ancho chilies. They're all rehydrated. I could not find the Gallo chilies. So I looked up on the good old Google thing of like a substitute. And these, I don't remember what they are, but these are what I bought. Hey, Swan Princess, how are you? Wait, why oh dang? And actually, what I'm hearing, the tone that I'm hearing there, Cooking Squirrel, is dang. And I don't know why. Kind of nervous now. Should I not use these? Oh, they're good? Oh, yeah. I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. These are, I don't remember what they are. But yeah, living rural, unfortunately, I have to punt with different ingredients. So yeah, I don't get necessarily all the good stuff. I did de-seed these. I did cut the tops off and remove the seeds because I didn't want to, oh my gosh, my nose. Jeez, okay. So we have to put these into the blender along with garlic. The bay leaves will go in the sauce over there. This doesn't say what all to mix up. Just says chili puree, but it doesn't say what's all in the chili puree. We're gonna wing it. I don't know what we're doing here, folks. Should I cut these up first before I throw them into the food processor? Doing good, got some meatballs. Oh, I love meatballs. I do love meatballs. Oh, I do have my scissors over here because I thought I'm gonna need these. I am gonna need these. I figure this they would just blend a little bit better if they were in smaller pieces. Now, I did save the water that I soaked these in. I put that in the fridge too. I don't know if I'm going to need that water. Ooh. Oh, I bet it's smelling good, man. You know, there's something about having a crock pot going and smelling everything. And I love it when at first you're like, you know, I've just been cooking for about an hour, I'm not smelling anything yet. And then all of a sudden, you'll be walking to the house, you'll walk into another room, you'll come back to your book. Oh, there it is. There's that wonderful smell. All right, let's put these chilies in here. Oh, I need to set a timer for an hour. Somebody remind me in an hour. I'm going to forget this. Okay. Hang on, set my timer for an hour. Well, no, not 4 hours. Those tortillas will not be in a happy place. Okay, so we need some our bay leaves. I'm just gonna put our bay leaves over here because we'll add that to the pot when we put the meat in there. We have to add our garlic, our Mexican oregano. On a cold day, feeling the heat from the pot. Oh, yes. I think the crock pot or slow cooker, all crock pots are slow cookers, but not all slow cookers are crock pots, is one of the best little, that's why I like to do those freezer meals. I did the whole freezer meal, and I think it was Matron who's cooked up 3 of the freezer meals right now and served them, you know, for the fam. And it was like, these are good. Even the kids liked it. And I'm like, huh, yeah. Okay, so there's our garlic. So we're going to do, okay, so which recipe sounds more like what birria tacos are supposed to have? This one is saying it's the peppers, the vinegar, the crushed tomatoes, so we already know that's out, but we are going to do our Mexican oregano through the spice house, !spice, the cumin. This one over here is cumin, Mexican oregano, salt, pepper, garlic, and onion. Gotta have the onion. Hey, whoops. Dawn Xiaozao, how are you doing? Again, here's what's interesting. One calls for a teaspoon of oregano, then one calls for a tablespoon of oregano. I'm so confused, but I like oregano, so I can't complain. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start with a heaping. I'm going to do 2 teaspoons. We're going to put 2 teaspoons in there. We're going to taste this before we do it. We're going to see how this flavor is. Let's get our Meowdy Kanara in chat. Now, Bert, do you want me to call you Bert? What's happening in your pantry? Mr. Rexus is here in the house. How are you, Rexus? What is going on? I have no idea what I'm doing. And to be honest with you, it's fun. Bert is fine. Chef Steve, can we get a shout out for Chef Steve? Chef Steve, how are you? Are you all moved in? Chef Steve is a wonderful food and drink streamer. He's kind of like on a little brief hiatus. He's coming back to the streaming thing. He's been moving, new job. I mean, his schedule has just been crazy. How are you doing? Thank you for that follow, Bert. I appreciate that so much. Welcome into my kitchen. You now have a seat at the infinity table. Unlimited seating. infinitytables.com. Not a real site, not sponsored. What is going on with you, Chef Steve? Okay, you know what? Gotta break the skin seal. There we go. There we go. I moved in finally. Oh, that's good news. I think the hardest part for moving, particularly when we moved up here to Oregon, the hardest part for me was when I broke my foot and I couldn't unpack or move anything. But that aside, is kind of trying to figure out where you want to put everything, particularly in your kitchen. You know, you have to actually, start cooking and doing stuff and think, where do I instinctively reach for something? Or think, oh, I'm going to go here for that. Getting all that kind of stuff set up. Do you have your streaming thing set up or your internet set up yet outside? I'm getting ready for a Twitch tour seminar. Oh, fun. Oh, Steve, I am so glad you came by. I am so touched that you came by to hang out here with us. A Twitch tour and seminar. What's the seminar on? Is it for the charity thing that you're doing? He does a lot of he does a Good Cause Crusaders. I'm gonna get all this. Kenneth is in the house. Kenneth, how are you doing today? How are you doing on this fine Wednesday? Okay, let's get rid of all this. You know what? I forgot to bring my trash can over. Put that right there. Makes it a lot easier. All right, let's get all this stuff going, and we don't need any of this. Okay, so I'm not gonna worry about doing a fine cut on these. They're going into the blend. They're going into the food processor. It's just to kind of help them. A lot of partners are getting a tour. Oh wow! I saw a guy who just got partnered here recently. He's been streaming since August of 2020. He has about 2,000 followers, stuff like that. So he must be one heck of a go-getter. But that's exciting, I live vicariously through everyone else. Wait, Wendy and Willow, hello, how are you doing? How are you doing? I hope you are having a lovely, lovely Wednesday. Okay, we got our chili peppers in here. We have our garlic in here. What else are we putting in here? We've got our oregano in there. Let's see what else we're talking about. Oh, we got to get our cumin in there. Not our human. We're not doing the Halloween stream. Not our human. Cumin, I think, adds such an earthy flavor to dishes. I'm a very big. I'll be back on Wednesday for normal streams. That is awesome. That is good news. That is good news. Okay, Mexican oregano, salt and pepper to taste. We know we're gonna need some salt and pepper. Let's just get that in here. Still pondering the vinegar thing. I don't know why. The reason why I'm pondering the vinegar from a food science aspect, not from any experience with a recipe whatsoever. I'm good. I was waiting for you to stream today. Well, I'm glad you were waiting. I'm glad you're here now. That's the main thing. Human world make birria very not earthy, unless it's the movie Soylent Green. We've already talked about that. Hey, I don't have my wiping cloth. We all know about Soylent Green, folks. We already made the Soylent Green crackers. We made the Soylent Green crackers. All right. So do I not add anything to that? I'm just going to add this. I do have I have 2 cups of homemade beef stock I'm going to put in there as well. It's people. I have a question. Dust Pirate, I am ready for your question. I will stop all preparation as you prepare your question. I'll just sit here and tidy up a little bit. What's orange and sounds like a parrot? What's orange and sounds like a parrot? I think a parrot's like saying, like the typically probably want a cracker type thing. What's orange and sounds like I don't know. I give up. Oh. I see what you did there. I walked right into that. Eyes wide open. I walked right into that one. Okay, you know what? Oh my gosh. All right. So we have all of this in here. We're gonna blend this all up. Sure. We're gonna see. It's my little sister's favorite joke. Derek has his favorite joke, and he forgot to tell it for Halloween, but I think I already told it to you guys, was what kind of bees come out at Halloween? Boobies. That's his favorite joke. Please don't judge. Please don't judge. If this is too loud, please let me know and I'll mute. But I think it needs a little bit of liquid. Good to see you. I hope your meatballs are turning out amazing. That is right. Swan Princess, be sure to post a picture of those meatballs. And if you guys want to share your recipes, there's a recipe channel. Bouncy boobs. Oh, okay. I feel like you guys are setting me up here. She was overthinking it. I was overthinking it. So I think I'm going to add a little bit. This is the liquid. I'm really curious, folks. This is the liquid that the chilies were soaked in. I toasted them, and then I soaked them for about 20 minutes. There is heat, hits me instantly in the back of the throat. I don't know. Cellbot, welcome on in. Happy Wednesday. Best stream, Bouncy Bobs. Thank you so much for that. I know it's not Bouncy Bobs. Can I just call you Bouncy? Oh my gosh. I got soup cooking, that's right. So this right here is spicy. So I know that is going to be spicy. Let's find out. I just want to taste a little bit of this. Ooh. That's good. Oh, that's another thing. Some people call for ginger and some people don't call for ginger. This is some quality content. Thank you so much for that. Cellbot, I appreciate that. We like to have fun here. I work for Oregon State University, so I do have a food safety preservation side. I'm the program director for part of the extension service for teaching people how to preserve food in emergency prep, and always food safety. The fat is going to mellow the heat. That's what I'm thinking. But that is not as spicy as this is. So I'm thinking about thinning that with just a little bit of this. What? Woohoo! Woohoo! Pixelated Vika! Oh my gosh, thank you so much for coming in and bringing your family over here. What were you streaming? Please tell me. How did you find the stream? My gosh, I have gotten some streams from some amazing, amazing people, and I so appreciate that. Raiders, welcome into the channel. I'm so glad that you're here today. My name is Kanara, and I'm a food and drink streamer. I was just telling people that I work for Oregon State University, so I'm a home food safety and preservation specialist, but we like to cook a lot of stuff up here. So this is going to be some fun stuff. Raiders, right down there is my logo. If you could click my logo where I'm laughing because I'm having a good time, that brings you right into my stream. Kind of helps out my numbers later on if I want to use those. I was cooking a few recipes from uncut. Ooh, what were you making? What were you making? I have not done, oh, I live near the other OSU, Ohio State? You live near Ohio State? Oh my gosh, Raiders, I'm so excited you guys are here. Thank you for popping in today. I've done Bob's Burgers. I have the cookbook for Bob's Burgers, and we did a lot of recipes from that. I've done some of the Friends. We did a lot of the Friends food. I haven't done any gaming thing on here. So I did put on my wish list the Destiny 2 cookbook. Yeah, apparently there is a Destiny 2 cookbook. So who knows? Who knows? Hi, Kanar. I came with a raid. How's it going? A recipe reborn. How are you doing? I'm doing absolutely wonderful. Today, I wanted to see what, and I forgot, yeah, Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State. I wanted to see what the hype was with the birria tacos. Spooky Alien, hello, welcome on in. So where are you all following from? Where are you all coming in from the raid from? I mean, I don't need your exact address or the last four of your social, but give me your state, give me your country. I'd love to find out where people are coming in. Axis of Anarchy. I also work in higher education admins, but not at Ohio State. That is wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful. I love to see that. I teach, I'm not a teacher. So teachers are certified teachers. They have to go through a lot of schooling. They have to take their board tests, and they teach a lot of different subjects, you know, boom, 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 boom. I would be viewed more as an instructor, not on campus. So I work through the extension service. So I'm out in the field, out in the county, and dealing with it that way. And I teach very specific, I'm focused on food safety and food preservation. So I have a one-time thing. Quebec, Canada, Sweden. Clav, I remembered you were from Sweden. I think I told you my daughter lived in Malmö for 7.5 years. I watched your dorm room stream, but I was lurking. A recipe reborn. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. That was actually a lot of fun. I got to tell you, I was suitably impressed with that the egg breakfast dish that we did. That was extremely good. And the pasta, how well the pasta came out. Utah here, nice, nice. Thank you for that follow. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that people over here are following. Thank you guys so much for the follows. I appreciate it so very much. I cannot believe this has been such a wonderful journey. I started streaming in January, and I look where we are right now, and I'm like, watching this quality content from Norway. Wow. I was surprised at how many people pop in from Norway, Finland, Sweden, you know, the EU. The time difference, it works out, you know, pretty well. It's your evening time. You guys are relaxing. Hopefully you got a glass of wine. You're sitting in a recliner chair, just having a good time. You are thriving. I love it. I just absolutely love it. I do this for the fun. I do this because I have such a good time doing it. And the only reason why I have such a good time doing it is because of the community. It is absolutely amazing. Hopefully nobody caught that. Daytime for me is like EU evening. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it's amazing how the internet has opened up the world, you know, to meeting new people, trying new foods, and everything else. But I think I'm going to add a little bit of this. We're not going to add a lot because I don't want to overpower it, but I do need to thin this just a skosh, I think. That'll probably be enough. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen here. I probably should stir that up. I've never had, have you guys, so Raiders, for all the Raiders who came in, have you guys had birria tacos before? I'm also going to do them in the Instant Pot. That's going to kind of help reduce some of the cooking time. Oh, gosh. Okay, this marinade smells. Sorry. Get off of there. It smells absolutely intense. I came from that incredible oven, stayed because of the overwhelming sheer. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that, Bert. That was a very nice thing to say. Was in Mexico. Yes, you're eating birria tacos. Lav, you were meant to be here. You were meant to be here, Lav. You shall judge my birria tacos. I've never had them before. I've never eaten them. I don't have a restaurant where I can get them. I've never seen them live. So this is a whole new thing. I'm culinary trained, and a lot of people think they're always afraid to like cook for somebody, you know, who's culinary trained. I did not work in a restaurant though. I did not work in a restaurant. I ran my own personal chef thing. But I'll tell you, there's a lot of stuff I don't know, and a lot of stuff we get to learn. Stuff I get to learn. Oh my gosh, my nose is just. I'm trying not to. Okay, a little bit more of this, and then we're gonna get our meat cooking. Gonna get the meats cooking. I want to show you guys the. All right, I think we're done with that. I am going to save some of this juice just in case we need it. This is the juice that the peppers marinated in. The reason why I have a plastic board here, did I see right? Nothing special? Oh, thank you, Dana. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, she's a legit oven. She's not a remade oven. She's an original 1934 Magic Chef. So I do enjoy cooking on her. We're gonna cut up this. I have a plastic board here, so I don't have the meat on my wood cutting board. We're gonna be careful. Meat will always weep. So when you're thawing meat, guys, I don't care if it's in a freezer bag. I don't care what it's in. Be sure to put it into a container because it will weep. It's the nature of the freezing process. Okay. Now I'm going to take the fat off this top sirloin because I have enough fat over here on the tail. This is a cow that we had butchered, and so I only got a quarter of it, and that was 160 pounds of beef. Holy cow. That's a lot of beef. Oh, hey Heather, I've seen birria tacos made by Simply Mama Cook. Oh, okay. My dogs just wept. Oh, I know. I used to also make, we used to also feed my cat livers, so I'd save all the cat livers. But we don't have our kitty anymore. But yes, when we had our pup, all the good stuff. So good for their fur. So I'm just we're gonna be shredding this meat up. I'm just breaking it down. If you cut it up into smaller bites, 1, cooks a little bit faster. 2, more surface area for seasoning. And that's what we want. We want that seasoning on here. Thank you for that follow, Granny G54. Oh, I appreciate all the lurks. I just appreciate people coming in and hanging out. I'm always surprised when I see people in here. I'm like, huh, they actually want to pop on by and hang out. This is amazing, Bowls. I just said it twice now. Nice marble. This is a piece of top sirloin. This is I'm trying to think how much this cow weighed originally, but the meat has just been fantastic. Absolutely wonderful. All right, so bring your Instant Pot. Hi, welcome back to the stream. Bring your liner to your ingredients. Don't take your ingredients to the Instant Pot. And there's a reason why. If I had a dime for every single phone call I have taken on the hotline for people who want to know, how do I fix my Instant Pot? I pour the ingredients in and the liner wasn't in it. Happens a lot. Bring your liner to you. Put your food into the liner, everything you're put in there, and then take the liner to the Instant Pot. You will avoid that. You will avoid that. You also don't want super long fibers on your beef. Yes. So this is going to be, and I will shred this up. I want to get over here to the. There we go. Just going to kind of spread these out in here. This is the tail. To be honest with you, I don't know why they still call it oxtail when we don't have oxen. G for old girl. I feel you right there. I feel you right there. So this is the tail meat. So there's going to be some fat on here. This is the part. Thank you for that follow, Little Bones. This piece, of course, would be up closer to the haunches because that's why it's so wide. And then, of course, your smaller piece is going to be down where the tail tip is. So right now, I'm just going to put all of this in here. I'm going to close that bag up. Some of these look pretty darn good, I gotta say. I love oxtail soup. Oh my Lanta. So let me clean some of this stuff off. Clean this knife. If you guys are prepping like big dinners, family dinners, maybe prepping for a stream or something like that. See, I did get some splatter on there, so I'll have to wash that really good. Is fill your sink with hot soapy water and then just put your dishes into it. And then come back to it. You know, when you're all done doing all your other stuff, and then you will have a much easier time of cleaning up. A much easier time. All right, we're gonna put all of that pepper blend that we just did. Let's get this pepper blend in here. This smells really, wait, there's meat in the tail? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there's some good meat on the tail. And it's extremely, extremely tender meat as well. So this is that, I don't want to waste any of this. There is so much flavor going on here. The garlic, hey! Oh, I gotta chop up some onion. I gotta put some chopped onion in here. I'm not gonna let the blade sit in there. Let's get the onion. Should I blend the onion in with the peppers or should I leave them whole? Vantage, thank you. Delicious meat, but more important, lots of connective tissue. Yes. Right there, cooking squirrel. Right there. Thank you for the hydrate. So I wonder if I should do I'm wondering if I should put the onion in with the sauce. Blend the onion, yeah. I knew that was gonna happen. All right, let me rinse this off. Good thing I haven't. All right. Come on, get your little blade happy carcass in there. Blend the onion, blend the onion. The people have spoken. A squirrel has spoken. Ooh, that's a real tough skin on that onion. I love watching people cook new things. I love cooking new things, you know? Oh, I don't know why I'm doing that, because it's going to be blended. Whoa, why is this so far forwards? Holy Toledo, how did that happen? Oops. Get rid of those. Life is too short. You got to try a bunch of different things while you can. Got to try a bunch of different things while you can. Everybody say hi, Derek. Oh, he actually said hello. Holy cow. Hey, Lori, how are you doing? White onion and cilantro. I do have cilantro. Lori says hi. Hello. All right. We're going to give this a quick chop. And then I'm going to throw this into the... Wait, did I want a whole onion? One medium onion on that one. One onion. This one just says one onion. Hey, Derek, you got some good vibes going on. Vantage says hello. I'm from Australia. It's been for 8 hours already. Nerf Nuke, how are you doing? Welcome on in. All right, let's get this blended. Give that a quick stir down. Oh, now this just smells even better with the onions, guys. Good call on the blending. There we go. That's that last little piece of onion I needed in there. All right. Here we go. Chicken attack. The troop has flown the coop. The troop has flown the coop. Wait a minute. 9.5. Welcome on in. Welcome, Raiders. Oh my gosh. I didn't even see the dance thing. I was over there blending something in the food processor and the noise drowned out everything. Holy cow. Holy cow. Well, my gosh, 9.5. What were you streaming today? Can we get a shout out for 9.5, please? Look at all the follows. Thank you guys so much. My name is Kanara. I'm a food and drink streamer. Welcome on into my kitchen. Raiders, if you could do me a huge favor, right down there, it's my logo. And I'm laughing because I'm having a good time. If you could click that, that brings you right back into my stream, takes out the raid URL, and that helps my numbers out later on. This is amazing. Oops. Hello, Richard. Richard coming in with the... Oh, thank you so much, DJ, for fixing that. I appreciate that. Not seen the first time, better repeat. Oh, sorry about that, Mary Banks. I chat, meet another friend of mine from the Watt community, Nut and Special. He once gave me a premium. Oh, that's cool. That's called Lotus. Hello. Oops. I'm going to rinse this off over here. Isn't that amazing how you get to meet people from the community and then you learn how to play other games and do other stuff together? That is amazing. I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh, I keep saying that word. I gotta stop it. Okay, so this is, look at this now. Look at this now. This is our sauce that we're going to put in here. We're going to spread all this goodness through here. But because we're doing a pressure cooker, remember, Instant Pots and pressure cookers are not pressure canners. Pressure canners are pressure cookers and pressure canners. So there is a big difference. We're going to get all of this. But as with the Instant Pot, okay, I've really got to figure out a way to fix this thing. I have to pick up the kiddos, so give me like 5 minutes. I'll have you on my phone. Okay, sounds good. Drive safe. Drive safe. We don't want you to, whoo. Okay, I can feel that. I can feel the heat in my eyes. Wow. Holy schmoles. Okay. Oh. This is my homemade beef stock. Woo, that is spicy. I don't mind spicy though. I'm doing spicy. I should have chosen a different username though. Nah, it's your username. Own it, rock it. Okay, could be the onions that are in here as well, but man, that's getting me. All right, let's put this over here. We're gonna get this filled up with some water here real quick, just because I wanna, just in case it's those oils that are, that's how pepper spray works, people. We're just gonna get that all, boom. Now we don't have to worry about it. Okay, so this has a little bit of fat in there. I wanna take some of that fat out. Let's get rid of some of that fat. We don't need all that fat. We have enough fat in here. Oh, like a square is a rectangle. A bit of a rectangle isn't a square. Leave the fat, even the fat in the stock, because I got a lot of fat on the beef tail. Okay, hey, my hand, step away from the stock and just leave it alone. See, skim at the end. All right. We're going to put all this good stock in here. This is homemade beef stock with the fat, because squirrel has spoken. Cooking with squirrel has spoken. And fry your tacos in it. I thought we were dipping the tacos in the sauce. I don't know. Okay. I'm trusting the process. I'm trusting you all. Okay, I got to add 2 bay leaves. Here goes this. We're going to add 2 bay leaves to warm the tortillas up. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is so much detail. So much detail. Let's submerge those though. Okay. Don't need this one here anymore. All right, let's get this in here. We're going to go high pressure, 45 minutes. I just love the little things. All right, so we're going to, okay, let's just put this up to 45. Oops, stay. That's the beauty of the Instant Pot. So this is going to take about 45 minutes in the Instant Pot versus 2 hours on the stove if I was cooking this like in a big pot. Trust the internet comments, excellent kitchen strategy. Since I have no experience with this, I'm going to trust the ones who have made this before. What the heck? I'm Zombie Food. Thank you so much for that raid. I appreciate that so very much. Thank you for bringing your family over here to hang out with our family. Again, Raiders, I am Kanara. I am a food and drink streamer here on Twitch. And if you're new to my channel, well, if you like what you're seeing here or having a good time, hit that follow heart. It's free. It doesn't cost you a darn thing. And right down below is my logo. Just click that logo. That brings you directly into my stream. Thank you so much for that follow. Okay, oh my goodness. PX Sharon. Hang on, I'm trying to go back and see all the follows, you guys. This has just been, oh my goodness gracious. P. Sharon is coming in with a follow. A Recipe Reborn. Oh, thank you for the shout out for Recipe Reborn, Rexus. I appreciate that. Follow me for the old school oven. There she is, 1934 in all her glory. And I cook on her primarily. I just cook here during actual insomnia. Oh, I want to tour that range someday. So she is This is my main oven. It's on right now. This is the oven box. It's a very small oven, very tiny oven. This is the broiler, but the burner underneath there, which is what's heating up that oven, is only this big. I don't use that for broiling at all. I have a broiler and everything that I use over here. And she takes about 2 hours to get to 400 degrees because of how low the pilot light is. The downside is I don't use the oven during the summertime because she is 100% cast iron. And when she heats up, the heat just radiates. So I do a lot of cooking in there in the wintertime to heat up the kitchen. Oh, I absolutely love her. Hello, Miss Mary Mac Makes. Cast iron griddle service over the oven. No, this is a mat that I have here. It's all coated in enamel, so when I take things out and I want to put them on top either to keep them warm or just to kind of take them out of the oven, I don't want to take a chance on damaging the enamel. Over the years, like I said, I've only had her for about 12 years, 13 years. And because of that, over the years, from previous owners, some of the enamel has been chipped away. So I'm very, very, very careful, cautious, I guess it is. I love good food. Also, I love to be with an energetic brain. I'm a zombie, aren't I? No, you're not. No, you're not. No, it's not. Matter of fact, when I had to buy a new part, so there's no timer. The timer I could actually get it to work. I just have to rewire it, but I don't want to mess with it. But there's no light inside the oven. They weren't built with lights. She works off of propane, and all I have to do is there's a little thing that pops off these handles here, and I just have to take a screwdriver and adjust the flame to be either natural gas or propane. So it's kind of a neat thing. Down here it's not organized, but this is where I store all my cast iron because it's a dry environment, and my cast iron works really well in there. I don't have a place to hang my cast iron, and I have a lot of cast iron, so it's all stacked in there pretty precariously. Thank you for that follow, Lil Ryder. Yeah, and I have the pilot light on the stove is a valve that sits here. We did seal that shut because it wasn't safe because there's a crack in the line, and having those things repaired is redonkulous. But Taco Wednesday, Matherin, Taco Wednesday, birria Taco Wednesdays. And I do have a pilot light in my stove that stays lit 24/7, so that one's okay. Oh my gosh, my nose. Jeez Louise. Okay. So we're gonna make the homemade tortillas. We're gonna kind of pre-cook them a little bit, I think. Yeah, that sounds good, I think. I'm gonna put some zucchini in here with some onions and the tomatoes. We're gonna put those in the oven and roast those. Before Hansel and Gretel pushed the witch into her own oven, did they try to read the brand label on it? Oh, I don't know. I think they just wanted to get the heck out. I think they just want to I probably use cast iron. I love, 11-pound Wagner drool. I have a Wagner. I have an old, I think it's a little 8-inch Wagner I have underneath there. That's for like my hash browns and stuff like that. I love cast iron. I have a big 22-inch high wall sides. That's my chicken frying cast iron. This is the one I use. 99%. Can you see the bottom of that? Look at that. Can you tell I use this cast iron a lot? Yugomi, how are you, Yugomi? Huge shout out for Yugomi, guys. If you like music of any sort, Yugomi's your guy. He has drum nights. He has 80s nights where he's a DJ. He's been around DJing since the 80s, guys. This guy's got mad skills. And he does it all on vinyl. He's not doing the electronic thing. He's spinning albums, actual records. He's got drum nights where he sits there and plays drums, and that one's a lot of fun. Guitar night, they just had their guitar set last night. So much fun over there. Oh my gosh, Kim, tell me like Julia. Okay. So when we make our tacos, we're building flavor, and we want to have all of these flavors together. And so using this new contraption that the producers have purchased for us, just like if you remember the non-stickum pans that we were given back in the 60s, was a wonderful invention for cooking foods and browning them without having them stick to the pan. They would release immediately and speeding up the process. Oh my gosh, my nose, I don't understand. The minute you get on stream, the nose just goes like crazy. And I don't know why that is, but it just is. If you're told you can't touch your nose, that's when it itches, right? So much better than mine right now. They were inherited and all. I have refinished a lot of these. I bought them at like thrift shops and what do they call that? Consignment stores. I bought a really nice Dutch oven. I have it in there. It's under storage. That I bought. It was like $20, and it's a nice size Dutch oven. I had to completely refinish that. And the best way to do it is such a comfy voice, Julia. Thank you. I love watching her. I still watch all of her old shows on PBX and everything. Taco Wednesday. Start with the tales of three blind mice. Three blind mice, see how they run. Something about the butcher knife. He's coming after them with a cut off their tails with a butcher knife. Oh my gosh. I used to have this toy. Matter of fact, Yugomi does these shows. It's about every 3 months. It's not a set schedule, called Yugomi Show Me. And he picks out some really, really neat topics. He's done the horror for Halloween, but one of my favorite ones is when he did toys, and toys from your childhood. Like, what's a toy that you asked for Christmas but didn't get? What's one you asked for and you were surprised you got? And like the nostalgia. And I had this clock, and it taught you how to tell time. And it was a clock about this tall, and you would move the hands on it, and you could pull the string, but it sang the song, Three Blind Mice. I just remember that. E-Rock, how are you, E-Rock? Oh my gosh. One's per stream. A pocket full of posies. Three blind mice, see how they run, see how they run. Hubs was professional chef for 20 years. Oh my gosh. Not so professional. We'll eat a can of tomato soup, like Campbell's can of tomato soup. I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on with it. 9.5 out of 10. There you go. Connor, I am doing absolutely wonderful. I'm really excited for these tacos. E-Rock says hello. Hello, E-Rock. I still have a stuffy I got when I was born. You wind it up and it plays Three Blind Mice. I love that. They all ran after the farmer's wife who cut off their tails with a carver's knife. You've never seen such a sight in your life. Three blind mice. Lori, thank you for that. Now I won't have to look that up. Okay, that's coming up to temp. I can hear it starting to sizzle and stuff. This will take a little bit longer to come to temp because the volume is higher. But I feel it in their cooking. Oops, I feel it in their cooking. So I'm thinking we should probably, you know what I am going to do? Let's start with this. I didn't put any cloves into the sauce. I opted not to do the cloves. Connor, it is always a pleasure to see you. It was cute because I don't know if Richard's still here, but Richard was here too. It's like the whole family was here. I didn't see Claire though. I didn't know if Claire was in here or if Claire even has her own account. To be fair, we were from Portland and restaurants there were generally, we don't really have any restaurants here. We don't have any restaurants in my town. That's out. If you have a self-cleaning oven, you can burn all the gunk out of your cast iron and run them through a cleaning cycle. So the way I do if you guys want to know how I do my cast iron, and it is a process, is I take a trash bag, I put my cast iron into the trash bag, and I kind of pull the plastic back all the way around, and I take the hardcore oven cleaner, and I spray that entire thing everywhere inside there, and I will seal it up for 2 days and let it sit there. Take it out, and I'll take some steel wool, and I start to scrub it. And I'm going to have to apply it again and again. And the most I've had to do it was 4 times. That was a bad pan that I got. But I only paid $5 for it, so it was worth it. And it gets down to the patina, which is almost looks like it's pewter, okay, because it's iron. And then you wash it real good. You let it dry 100%. If you don't let it dry 100%, when you coat it with oil to do your fire, and I put it into an oven about 500 degrees, or I can put it out in my smoker for about 500 degrees, if you have any water underneath there, you're going to get a blister underneath your seal. And it doesn't work really well. Canned tomato soup can hide bodily fluids that should not be served to your enemies. Not in public anyway, unless you're the Game of Thrones character. What was that woman's name? I want them to know it was me. I've never seen the Game of Thrones, so I don't know all the quotes. Got a wood fire. Yeah, That'd be awesome. Sorry, had to look. I'm on the phones at work. Oh, Axis of Anarchy, that's fine. Don't even sweat the small stuff. I know that people tune in from all over. You guys, Terrell Cersei. Was it Cersei? I want them to know. She was assassinated. I read all the books, but that was many, many years ago. Many years ago. So I'm just going to put some zucchini in the oven. Oh, that lady, yeah. Didn't it begin with an O? Hey, S.M. Rizzle, how are you? I thought it began with an O. Yes, Olena. Olena. Arrow, hello. Oh, cool. Lemon's Raid. Oh, my gosh. I love that. I'm trying to figure out. So here's the thing. We all know about the 6 degrees of separation from Kevin Bacon. Here's what we need to figure out. Kanara gets rated by so-and-so who knows so-and-so. How can we get to Kevin Bacon in 6 steps? Can we get to, oh, it was awesome watching you on Food Beast. That was so much fun. That was so much fun. And then one of them, they put the quote on the Discord. That meatball screams Food Beast. It's like, mm-hmm. Oh, that was a good time. Fun people. I also just want to say how much I love your pantry door. You know, everybody likes my pantry door. Somebody was just getting ready. I think it's Backyard Barbecue. No. So Backyard Barbecue or Buka Boy. They're redoing their house and he wanted the same pantry door. I'm like, all right, here's the link. I only went with it because you use an arrow generally long. You know, it's amazing. I've joined Twitch back in 2016. I didn't stream back then. I just did it to secure my name. I thought, oh, you just never know what the future's going to bring. Now the timer is going to go for 45 minutes as soon as it comes up to pressure. So it built up its heat. The Instant Pot has now sealed. And now the pressure's building in there. Inside of the Instant Pot, the pressure builds up to 15 psi, which a lot of people say, yes, but that's safe for canning, since we normally can below 2,000 feet at 10 pounds pressure on the weighted gauge or 10 or 11 pounds on the dial. Not to alarm you or anything, but a young man just raided your fridge. Sir Grudge, how are you? He went for the brownie M&Ms, and he finished them off. And he finished them off. How are you doing today? So insofar as a lot of people think they can put like little pint jars, particularly like in the 8-quart or the 10-quart Instant Pots. And they think, well, it's coming up to pressure. It's coming up to 15 pounds PSI. I can can meats and stuff in there. The downside is it goes up to 15 and it drops down as low as I think it was 9.58 or 9.67. I'd have to look at the research that we have on it. And once it drops below 10 pounds PSI, you have to start over. And you don't know when it's dropping down. So yeah, I've just now seen your About Me. I love, you know, he was a fun guy to actually work for, and I was really impressed. And at the time, the first year that I worked, I was a grub hand and whatever. I was in culinary school, there was 1, 2, 3, there was 5 of us who were chosen based on our grades and our performance.